Hello, hello, and welcome to the Explain It podcast. I am your host, Ingryd Hernandez. With us today is an amazing duo out of Hawaii, and I can't wait to introduce them. They're running a little bit behind, but that's okay. They're a busy, busy couple. In the meantime, there's some housekeeping that I want to make sure I get in front of you all because it's super, super important, especially with such a crazy and amazing week this is. I don't know if you guys all understand. There's about 300 out of towners for the most part here for a couple of things that are going on in our real estate communities. So, Pace Morby, for example, is having the No One Left Behind challenge that focuses on co living. And he has another one where zero down, so people looking to buy businesses with no money down. And then Golden Ticket, which is a whole bunch of folks from the sub two communities, Gator communities, transaction coordinator communities, all of them coming together on Friday. So all together, it's about 300 people. And then we have our Creative Nation tour on Friday night. That is a meetup that starts at 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. If you guys are coming on Friday night, make sure you register. Go to creativenationtour.com. Click on the RSVP now. That's how you get connected. And that will be the way for you to register and come see us Friday night. So make sure you're doing that so that you can get in much quicker. Otherwise, we're going to have to put you in the line of, I wanted to be here, I haven't registered. And if we can't confirm your registration, then you're going to have to be in the longer line. You don't like, let's just miss the lines, get registered. But with that, very, very exciting week here in Tempe, Arizona. Hopefully I get to see you guys Friday evening. Okay, I think our amazing guests are here. Tristyn and Kamohai. Hey-o.
Yo. Oh, Jinx.
What is up?
Hi, guys. How are you?
Dude, feel like it's been forever.
It's been too long. And honestly, like, I think my husband will agree with me. We have to make a trip to Hawaii. Like,
yeah, you do.
We miss it so much.
How are you? Ingryd Hernandez. Wow. I only see you on social, so I feel like I know what you're up to, but you know.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for keeping up with my social.
Of course. Of course.
Same here though. I have loved watching your evolution. Like I think about like when we met, where we were. Like you didn't even have the show yet. Like it was kind of on the DL. Some of us had the privilege of knowing what was happening, you know.
Right. I know.
And then it comes together.
That process was a long time, right?
Yeah.
So like, we met
years ago.
Yeah, a couple of years before the show. I think like a year and a half, 2 years before the show. But
so what, like 5-6 years ago, maybe?
Yeah, it's been a while.
More?
Yeah, guys, I joined. So this is what I can recollect, because now when you have so many things you experience in such a short amount of time, it's hard to remember everything. But I joined Sub 2 5 years ago this week.
Wow. So yeah, 5 years ago. Yeah.
I think you guys may have joined right before I did.
Yeah, we joined right before you did. Yeah. So it's been 5 years.
Well, it's just like you said, it's all a blur when so much happens in and people think, oh, well, it's been 5 years, but like 5 years has gone by like that.
It's half a decade.
I know. And that's kind of scary to think about, actually, but it's all a blur.
And then I met you guys because you guys came to Arizona to do your mastermind. And I was like hanging out, trying to connect with people. And then I went to the mastermind. I think you guys did like the first or second. And then I did mine in December of 2021. But yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
That was a fun
time.
That
was super cool. We were in the second one.
Yeah.
And then you were, right after us.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it is crazy to see. I mean, just think about the evolution of the Sub 2 community.
It's wild.
Right? From, I think when we joined, there was less than 1,000 people in it. When you joined, there was now it's just this massive thing that's really taken over, the real estate space.
It has set the bar and precedent for what mentorship is and should be, right? And
But-
you're still heavily involved. Like we're kind of not, right? Always hanging with the homies and connecting and like love peace, but we're like so removed that we're like, what's going on? I don't even know.
but I think the coolest thing is to look at the impact that everybody that has been in the community has made in their respective areas.
So true.
And like from 6 years ago when it started to now, the probably millions of lives that have been
changed.
affected by this group of people, which is like
pretty rad.
So crazy to think about, you know what I mean? And it's rad to be a part of. So
yeah,
so neat.
I love that you guys use the word rad too. That brings me back.
Dope, sick, rad. What else?
Oh, we need that island life. Okay, yes, I agree. Yes, no doubt. Yeah, I think the same, especially more than anything, is my mindset from where I was to where I am now. And really how a lot of that came from this mentorship. And quite frankly, I know we call it a mentorship, but really the community, because like all my friends are now in sub 2. Like I have very few outside sub 2 friends because just the network it created in my own circle. And what does that look like and how does it support my goals? Like literally we just got a deal under contract. And like, okay, I'm buying that with a guy who like I made really great friends in sub 2. He's a doctor and a flipper. And it's a co-living house here in Arizona, and it's a super rad deal. $520,000 appraisal, and we're getting it for $410,000, and it's a 6-bedroom, 6-bath house co-living.
Nice.
Unreal. Yeah. It's just it's amazing the power of real estate and how important the community that you're in and the people you surround yourself with to this day. I think that's still one of the most important things for us.
Just in general, honestly, I was just talking to my nephew who lives in Arizona, and he's been thinking about, real estate for a long time. And I think the last time the first conversation I had with him was when we went up to Arizona for the Beyonce concert. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah. And so, he's been dabbling with that for a while. And I literally just talked to him on the phone and was like, dude, it's super important, more than almost any skill set that you learn to get into real estate, is who you're around. And the conversations that you're having, because it genuinely affects the trajectory of where you're going. It's going to make or break your ability to move in that direction. If real estate is that direction, then you need to be around people that believe it works, are doing it, have like this mindset that they can climb mountains. But if you're in rooms where it's like, oh, I don't know about that, and there's skepticism. Oh my gosh.
Skepticism.
It's
a hard one.
Yeah,
I know. And negativity, like you're probably not going to be able to get very far in any direction, whether it's in real estate or not,
or corporate or wherever. Yeah. No doubt. Well, where does your nephew live? Like he needs to come hang out.
I know.
We're getting him in there. I'm
pushing him in there. I'm like, I don't care.
Tell him to come to the tour or the meetup on Friday. We're gonna have after going to this room yesterday, I realized so many people had not registered. I think we're gonna have like 1,000 people here.
No way.
For sure. I don't doubt
Crazy.
it. I don't doubt it at all. When Pace came here to Hawaii, we were one of those people that did not register. But luckily, right, I was like, hey, I just want to say hi, because we had to catch a flight that same night in like a couple hours. So I was like, I just want to say hi, and then left. But every turnout that I've watched from his tour has been epic.
Texas was massive. The one in there was a few in Texas, but it's really cool. It's cool to see.
Yeah.
Well, let's shift gears, because I understand that you guys have your own mentorship out in Hawaii, right?
Yep.
We do.
So we've talked about like, okay, we met like over 5 years ago now, and now we're kind of all in our own like evolution of real estate, which is so cool. Are you I know you guys are flipping. Are you still buying and holding too?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So still a lot. I mean, that's always been the end goal. And honestly, we're trying to hold on to as many houses as we can here in Hawaii. It's very, very difficult, but we have found ways to do it over the last 5 years because we're an appreciation market and not a cash flow market. But if you can find ways to hold on to houses in appreciation markets like Hawaii, that is where the wealth is really, really, really built.
Yeah, and you're just able to ride that longevity of appreciation. You'll be sitting pretty in 5 to 10, you know?
I tell myself that with some of the sub twos I bought where we don't have a lot of equity right now. I'm like, what? One thing that I try to tell myself is like, will Ingryd 10 years from now be mad if I sell this right now?
That's what I tell myself all the time.
Yes. I try to pin that against future self. And if my future self would have regretted it, then I try to figure out how to keep it. Cause there's been a couple that have been a little bit difficult to hold on to, but I've like
just
grin and bared it, like done whatever I wholesale to make up the rent difference, you know.
Yep.
Yeah, we're right there with you. Yeah.
Yeah, like I've had to work consulting, helping people with their own real estate, or like some of the stuff I've done in the past with master data management. I'm like, all right, I'm just going to take this job so that we can fill in the gaps. I know if I can, here in Arizona is making it through the summer. If I can make it through the summer, then I know the winter will be fine. But
yeah. That's kind of the same here because although we're not the desert, right? Like people flock here in the winter, you know, where it's cold everywhere else. So we're kind of the same, but we feel you on that front. Like just do whatever you got to do and figure it out to pay the mortgage here and there when you need to, because we know in the long run, it'll be worth it, you know?
Yeah.
But I mean, we started the Flip Tribe middle of last year. I want to say, but it's something that has been on our heart and our mind for a minute. I think when the show aired, we obviously captured the eyes and attention of a lot of people from a lot of different places. And you get the people that are just interested in a good transformation. But then, you know, we've been talking and doing real estate prior to the show. And so when they actually find us on social, they're like, oh shit, they kind of know they're not just TV people, right? You know what I mean? And that's really important to us too, that like, no, we actually do this, because a lot of people on TV, they don't. It's just a show. But for us, it's a lifestyle. So it was being able to answer that call to help that person that wants to learn how we do what we do. And I think at the end of the day, when we first got started, we wanted people's experience to be the opposite of our experience, which was, hey, join a mentorship that's over on the mainland that, you know, you get kicked out of, which is not sub 2 at all. Like sub 2 is the opposite of that. And I think we mimicked our experience in sub 2 and wanted to make sure that Flip Tribe was exactly like that, if not just with a little Hawaiian flair, right? But it was like, we felt like we were on an island, because we are, but then again, on an island, like we were alone trying to figure it out by ourselves. And, you know, what about those people that do want to fix and flip and not just do wholesale and not just do creative and not just do buy and hold, and basically show people that fix and flip is the avenue to do all of those things. If you understand how to underwrite a deal really good, then any exit strategy works. So, and impact, like when we had proof of concept, we always told ourselves, we're both counselors by trade too, right? Like before real estate. So like connecting with people is super important to us, genuinely understanding the person and how real estate can impact that individual's life in a positive way. And the relationship comes first and real estate is a byproduct. So anyone who gravitates with that, we were like, let's make an impact there. And we always wanted to do that. And that's really why Flip Tribe exists.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's for us when we got started, people like us. And it's just had such a crazy impact on our lives. And we understand that we found a key to a level that we unlocked that we just never knew existed before. And we know there's a lot of other people out there searching for that key, you know? And
Yeah.
And we were getting hit up by people all the freaking time. And so we actually started with a 3-day immersion workshop, right? Where we had a mixer on Friday night. Saturday, we would do a classroom session. So all day in the classroom, going over all kinds of stuff. And then Sunday, we'd actually drive out to all of our projects. So we'd pick like 6 projects in all different stages, and then they would be able to come out and see from start to finish a project, and
it was kind of like a mini mastermind, you know, and I think back since we just talked about it, it was similar to that.
Yep.
And though that's really, how it started.
Yeah. And then it evolved into something longer term because we were having people go through it and they're like, it's great. It's awesome. But they needed a little more support.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so then you just throw in the aloha spirit. And we're big believers that the world would be an even better place if everybody embodied the spirit of aloha.
Yeah.
And so if we attract a lot of people that are just like us, which is really cool.
And we also attract a lot of couples, like married couples, as you can imagine, right? You know what I mean? So we definitely have like a tribe where you like, okay, they're in the flip tribe because they're married, they're our age, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's funny.
We're not the Lambo bros where let's print money. Let's, you know what I mean? Like, show me your checks, like that kind of we don't attract those people. We are very much.
I don't know if I'm starting to get like older and maybe that's what it is, but I do feel like pace has also helped a lot of that like get tempered.
Yeah.
I think he has.
I'm like, I don't know if it just doesn't exist or it's just my algorithm, but I do feel like a lot of that has been subsided quite a bit. Yeah.
I definitely think that the climate over the last end of 2023 into 2024, it shifted what you were seeing because everyone was struggling hard, right? So like you couldn't really keep up that persona if that's what you were projecting. But obviously, I think Pace and the people that have been doing it for a long time that we look up to have definitely helped change the narrative of what a real estate investor is. Thank gosh. So it's also just about doubling down on that. But it's also about having people understand that if money is your only focus, like you might not last that long. Like it has to be a relationship and an impact thing. And then money is a byproduct of that. You know what I mean?
Totally.
And those are the type of people we want to attract, you know?
Well, it's that. And then it's through our experience with how money doesn't make you happy in any way, shape, or form. It really just doesn't. And I think for a lot of people, they have to actually go through that. But we are a testament to letting you know that from the very beginning. So the people that come into the mentorship are really met with real estate is relationships, and that's it. It is about helping people, and everything else comes. And when you approach it from that situation, not only are you more fulfilled, not only can you help that many more people, but your business is that much more successful and sustainable long term.
Well, I'm like hitting it from a holistic approach too. Like I feel like you just can't remove the counselor from us at the end of the day. So it's like, no, but how are you as like a human? Like, are you happy? And like, why do you really want to be in real estate? Because I feel like a lot of people think they know why they want to get into real estate. And it's okay if it's money motivated. It was money motivated for me at first. But then I like talk about how when I made our first $1 million, I was still like extremely unhappy and like talking about that hustle culture versus being a fulfilled human. Just like I like hitting it from that approach too. So I think we attract those people that want to make money, but also want a fulfilled life and what success looks like for them, you know?
Yeah. I love that. Tell me though, okay, so when you said you were doing your flip tribe, that you would go and see like 6 projects in different stages.
Yeah.
How many projects do you have going at once? I'm curious. So that folks can, like I had you guys know him, Jem Montero here in Arizona.
Yeah, I know Jem.
love
Yeah,
Jem.
we talk to Jem every
Yeah.
once
We
in a
love
while.
Jem. Yeah.
Yep.
So I remember he was like, yeah, I do about 25 flips a year.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just curious, like what you guys like, what's your number?
We're
It's
the same.
very similar. Yeah, we're like 25 to 30 a year. Our sweet spot is right around 6. If we
At
have
any given time.
at any given time, and those would be at all different phases. So if we have 10, we're pushing it with the
Yeah,
team that
I'm
we
like,
have built.
I'm stressed if
We-
there's 10 at one time. I'm
we
like, I can't
start-
handle it.
Yeah, we start having a diminishing return
Yeah.
at that number. And so and this is the thing, we could build more teams and build a bigger business if we wanted to, but it goes back to like
Lifestyle.
fulfilling life,
Lifestyle,
right?
yeah.
Like what makes us happy? What size of a business do we want to have? And 6 has been that kind of sweet spot. Now, the interesting thing is last year we introduced another business.
At the same time, we were building Flip Tribe because we like to do a lot at
I
one
know.
time.
But it was also capitalizing on the new eyeballs that we got from the show. And people were begging us to do these things. And it was retail renovations.
Yeah.
So people would hit us up all the time and be like, oh my gosh, I love that design on that episode. Can you renovate my kitchen? Can you do this addition? Can you renovate my house? Can you build me a new house? And so last year, we created a retail renovation design build company from start to finish called Hawaii Custom Creations with my brother-in-law and sister-in-law.
Yeah.
And we ramped that baby up. And I think we're working on about 8 projects right now on that.
On the retail
business,
side.
On the retail side.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot going on at any given time for sure.
Yeah.
Wow. That's so awesome for you, though. It's interesting. I've had a construction company tell me that they won't do those types of renovate. And maybe part of this is also culturally, because here, when you do those types of renovations, you may have to deal with a personality that, like, when we do our own renovations, right? We do our flips. Like, I am my own critic and like, what
Yep.
looks good? What is a blue tape? Like, okay,
Yeah.
not a
Yep.
huge deal. But when it's somebody's home that they're living in, I feel sometimes they have way too much time to look
Oh,
at
yeah.
every little thing you're doing. And the character that you find in those types of projects,
Yep.
they're kind of a pain in the ass.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, and
tell me about it.
when it comes to retail, you're definitely dealing with a more emotional person
Yeah.
that is attached to the outcome, but as they should, right? Like when they're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on their forever home, they're going to mull over every decision, every detail. But I do find that if you screen good, then you're okay. I think it's all about the screening and making sure you're a right fit for that.
Right.
That owner. But yeah, they do have different challenges than us as investors when we're flipping. Like we're not emotionally attached to it, right? We're like just trying to hit ROI. We're just trying to hit that ARV. We're just trying to get in and out. And yes, you make a lot of decisions and you care about the quality of your project, but you're not mulling over, that door height. You're not mulling over like, if it's this screen or if it's this screen. Like you're just making decisions and moving on. But with a retail client, they do care about all those details. And I think it just takes a couple extra minutes in your conversation to just be like, no, listen, this is what we have to do.
Yeah.
And this is why,
But it is a learning curve, right? Like for someone that is in control of 100% of everything that happens for a design in a project, now having to basically take on a boss, right? Who is giving you what they want to happen, even though in your head you're like, no, don't make that decision. Or no, that's not the best thing to do. At the end of the day, it's their home. You know what I mean? And so you do have to, there's a learning curve there. Now, that being said, a lot of the risk that we take on as flippers right out the window when you're doing retail renovations, right? And so, and the margins are very, very large on these retail renovations. So I've talked to like a lot of contractors when we were getting into this, and man, the good contractors are really, really crushing. So
Yeah.
it is a different business. It's a totally different business.
Well, it's like you got to just put on your customer service hat
Yeah.
when it comes to retail versus investor. It's like, we don't care about customer service. We care about bottom line.
Get
You know what I
things
mean?
done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of which, so we actually, I don't know if you know this, but I've pivoted more into the commercial side of things and focusing on businesses.
Nice.
And we're vetting a commercial contracting business right now, that's
Nice.
like, it's like 55 million a year.
That's
Wow,
what I'm,
yeah.
but like, that's what
Crazy.
we see. And that's why we were like, no, we should really do this. Why are we saying no? Why do we keep saying no? We don't offer this service. Like, we have all of the pieces, like, just to say yes and make it happen, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what made you switch over to or move into that direction?
Well, the reality is that the partner I had in my flipping business, he wanted to go and do his own thing and run his own flipping business, which was fine. And because of where I stood in that business and what appeals to me and my lifestyle and where my strengths are closing deals. My strengths are raising capital. My strength is not design work. Like, I am super envious of people who love to do that. And then if I'm going to be project managing, I just had a different expectation of what that looked like. And that it's a job in itself.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
full time. It's actually
Yeah.
more overtime than anyone thinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So because the two things that really weren't aligned with who or my talent sat, it was like,
Mhm.
it's not a good fit for me. Plus, and I wanted to ask you this question for the last couple of years, like the market here, at least in Arizona, has broke a lot of people. Like
Oh, yeah.
right now, like there's a deal we finally refinanced that, I had to figure out how do I make up for $120,000 for
Yep.
the amount that we had?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
it was like such a big bill, and dealing with all of that, it was like, oh my God, like I don't know if this is the right season for me to be flipping. My heart's not into it.
Yeah.
And like that the pieces that I think are super important for a flipping business, I lack. So like what aligns more? And it just feels like commercial real estate and business, especially after I had leadership. I've been in leadership for almost 20 years in a
Long
corporate
time.
I
side of
know.
things.
Yeah.
Those are so transferable, like, skills into businesses that I'm
Yep.
just like, I think I'm in the wrong vehicle. That's
Yeah.
kind of how I felt.
Yeah.
But like, how empowering for you though to go through that process. And like, I can't imagine how freeing that is to be like, no, I don't want to do that. Like, I'm going to do this. But that's the beauty of real estate. You can pivot into so many different things.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
I say real estate, like, once you start real estating,
Yeah.
it's the gateway drug to business.
Yeah.
100%.
Totally.
But when you said, the market the last year and a half has broke a lot of people, it's broke a lot of people everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has been, and our experiences are different. Okay. And it's crazy because we're in the same business. We run it together. We're in the same deals. We're in the same house. We love each other. But that's the differences in business partners and humans. Like, I say the last year and a half has been the hardest year and a half of my entire freaking life. And I wrote some pretty big checks to get out of deals too. And so I'm like, okay, I'm just treading water. Okay, I feel like I'm drowning. Okay, we got to get back up. It's been a roller coaster. And a lot of people, I think, have felt the same way or are no longer here. And so I don't think it's like, that only happened over there in Arizona. Hell no, that happened everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm also like, oh, we're still here. Like, we deserve fucking medals. You know what I mean?
I know. Where's my badge?
Yeah.
Where's the badge
Where's
of honor?
the badges at?
Made it
No.
made it through unprecedented interest rate hikes, made it through unprecedented, just all kinds of unprecedented. Like, unprecedented
Totally.
is like the most overused term now. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like what we've gone through the last 5 years is what generations before us had
Mhm.
like every like 15, 20 years.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say like 20 years, every 20 years.
We went through everything in 5 years. A super compacted time that people normally go through in a lifetime. The
Yeah.
cycles, right? And so it has been super, super difficult. I'm like a very like interested person in general, so like I would look into all the different markets, and I do know that certain markets were hit a lot harder than other markets,
For sure.
and even in markets, sub markets were hit harder than other markets in Hawaii. In Hawaii, we're lucky because we're very, very unique here in Hawaii. As far as supply and demand, we're not growing any more land. There's always people that want to come here and live here and buy houses here. And what hurt us really wasn't prices dropping.
Yeah.
It was how long we had to hold on to these houses.
It was buyers pulling out and just not buying.
Yeah,
period.
so like fickle buyers, and then a house that we would have in a 1850 ARV on, we would still sell for 1845, right? Like really
right
close to our
ass.
ARV,
Yeah.
but it would take us 10 months to sell it.
You know,
And that meant 10 months of holding costs on a house with that big of a nut. It crushes all your profit.
you're
You know
writing
what I mean?
and you're writing a check, you know?
Yeah.
And the main thing though that I give so many investors props, and this is what you said. I have to figure out how to do a 6-figure PML payoff, but you made sure your PML was okay. That's the like I give investors at the end of the day, it didn't matter what you had to do, you make your investors right. And just figure it out. Like just figure it out. That's the name of the game in investing that I think a lot of people like overthink. Like the name of the game isn't, you know, if I do A plus B, it equals C. No, it's just figure it out gene. If you have the figure it out gene and the pivot gene, you're going to be okay.
1,000%.
You know?
Actually, it's so interesting. One of the there's 2 compliments that I carry in my head for good mindset. Like, what can I lean to of 2 people I super respect? One is my husband saying, when I asked him, like, what am I good at? He's like, I don't know what you're not good at. And I was like,
Aw,
That's
that
good
was
man. Good man.
And then the other was Marlon Johnson literally telling me that he was like, I've never known someone like you that just figures it out. Like it doesn't matter what it is, I figure it out. And I was like, it's something I have feel like it is a superpower of mine, but like when you hear it from someone you truly respect, you're like,
totally
okay,
different. Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
real.
That's cool. That's
So
rad.
yeah, I love what
Yeah.
you just said. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
Honestly. And that's
So
what we try
what
to
is-
drill into everybody. It's just like,
Yeah.
no, you just got to figure it out.
Yeah.
It's the not giving up and just finding the next answer you need to move even a centimeter forward, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm. Tell me, what is I'll give you an example. What is something where you've realized you have grown because of how you feel about it? So I'll give you an example. I used to get phone calls when something was wrong with one of my properties, and then like I could pay attention to my nervous system, and I would be like, ah!
Yeah.
Like it, like you know, I still remember feeling that way. And then I just got a call recently with something not working at one of my rentals, and I'm like, all right, like it,
Yeah.
it didn't
my
even
gosh.
hit the care
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
meter.
Yeah.
And so are you guys finding that about your own nervous systems where you're like, oh damn, I used to like totally go nuts?
Oh, yeah.
1,000%. And I experience those situations the most with our students. So they bring us. So this is the one cool thing about our mentorship, and it's at a place right now where we can offer one-on-one support.
Because
Like
it's smaller, you
right,
know,
so,
which
like,
is so nice.
our students get our cell phone number,
Yeah.
right? And they can have direct access to me. That was one thing that I loved about Pace when we joined Sub 2.
Yeah.
I had Pace's number.
The
I could call him up.
intimacy.
He would answer his phone and he would talk to me. You know what I mean? And he would like walk me off the bridge.
ledge.
Like, yeah, the ledge. Like it was, dude, don't worry about it. Like blah, 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 blah. So Now we offer that to our students, and they'll come to us. Like just the other day, one of our students has this huge deal in escrow, and he ran into an issue with a seller's wife, right? They had been talking to the husband a lot of the time. And this time, like they're far in the escrow process. The wife picks up the phone. They end up talking to the phone. The wife blows it up. Like she's going to blow the deal up, right? And so he calls us and he's like freaking the F out. And he's doing that. And that's something that we would have done in that situation during that time, you know? And Tristyn and I looked at each other and we're like,
not a big deal.
Bro,
don't worry. Just do this.
Been through this a million times. This is what you have to do.
Yeah.
Here. Go back, do this. You'll be fine.
This is what I would do.
And then you walk, and then you take a step back and you're like, holy crap, that was me 5 years ago, 10 years ago, or 8 years ago, you know? And now it's just not the same. Like,
well, and nothing helps solidify your skill set and your knowledge base like teaching does. Nothing.
Oh, yeah.
So like I recommend everybody to like teach or like help others. You got to help others because it's not only for that other person and fills up your emotional cup, but it literally helps you ingrain it even that much more in your brain and boost your confidence because you're like, oh, I do know what I'm talking about. I have gone through that. Yeah. It's funny that you talked about your rental thing because we have one condo. It was our first seller finance condo we ever bought that just keeps on giving. It is the gift that keeps on giving. Okay. This building has been going through major renovation. So we've had like the fees have been insane.
We got assessments.
The assessments have been insane. They gutted we're on a ground floor. So the sewer line runs directly through our whole condo. So they had to trench our floors and it was like
brand new renovation. Like our house, we renovated it like brand new.
And I feel like 5 years ago, I would have blown a gasket. And we were like to the point where the construction company that the building and the HOA hired was like, you know, has all these demands and how they do things. I had to scramble to find a crew and we had a guest checking in like a week after that. I had to, you know, pour concrete, self-level, do new flooring, do new tile in like this really short window. But my nervous system was just like, nah, it's good. Like, we're going to be totally fine. You know, whereas before I would have been like, oh my gosh, what are we doing? And like tried to be at the unit every single day. I never stepped foot in the unit. I sent my team. It was handled. The guest is in there. Like, you know, I think only that comes with time and experience, right?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
Well, you have to train your nervous system because it's never had that resolution before because it's never seen what it looks like to have to deal with that type of solution that you have to provide. So
Right.
yeah,
100%. Yep.
Yeah.
But then once you have that solution and you have that experience and you see the other side, your nervous system understands the other side of it. Then over time, it gets easier and easier and easier, and your reactions are better and better and better.
Yeah. I also think that you have to understand what your nervous system is doing too, right? Yeah. And like understand how to calm yourself in those situations so the emotion doesn't take over and then the logic can kick in. Cause like I still find myself in situations where I'm like, oh, I have anxiety. This is stressful. But then I know I have a skill set to calm that down. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Absolutely. So I am obviously a fan of Renovation Aloha. I still remember crying when you guys went through your contractor stuff. I'm like, yeah. And just thinking like, oh my God, I know how she feels this because I think you cried. So watching you cry made me cry. I was like, this sucks. And it's so crazy because the island, like all the islands, they're so small. Like, why would somebody F up like that? It's just so crazy to me.
I'll never know.
But I love how you've now kind of evolved the show that like it always includes like a piece that is like meaningful in your renovations. So how did you guys get to that? I love that you're evolving it in that way. Like how how are you guys like thinking through the TV show and how you continue kind of maybe to evolve it?
I mean, it's a team effort for sure. I think we got blessed with a really good production company from the beginning. They're more like family at this point. You know, we spend so much time together. And obviously their main goal is making a really good TV show that's entertaining, right? And they're coming from that perspective. And then this is our life. Like, this is our business. These are real projects. These are real problems. These are real people that we buy these houses from. So I think there's always this blend of that with this entertainment side. And it's always a song and a dance coming together where they want to push, we push back. But there's always this happy medium that's found. And I think that's why the show has found success so far. God willing, it finds more success. But A, because it's real, I think. B, because we don't allow entertainment to be the first thing. It has to be realness. That's the first thing. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. And I think that for a long time, the TV world really hasn't pushed the boundaries on being okay to show certain things. So for our show, that's like true. A lot of the stuff that's really, really meaningful, that's just the real stuff that happens that we do in all of our projects, but we're pushing the production company to be able for us to tell those stories, for us to be able to show those things, because in general, those things aren't necessarily what makes good TV.
Yeah.
Or they don't think that those things are going to make good TV.
Yeah.
You know? But what ends up happening is
that's what people resonate with the most.
That's what people love. You know what I mean? And
I love that you have your family on there, that your dad like blesses each house, that you actually talk about who was in that house before you bought it and their story and why their story matters. And it's
exactly. And that's the relationship part that we started this conversation off right with. Is it like relationships come first and real estate is the byproduct of that relationship? Because we wouldn't have that house if we didn't have a solution to help that person that we bought the house from.
Yeah. Right. And the cool thing is they're starting to let us show more and more and more of that, because I think traditionally in the TV fix and flip space, the whole goal of the show was like, let's just feature the transformation. Ugly house designed into a beautiful house. Who cares about where it came from? We don't tell that story.
Who cares about who it goes to?
Who cares about who it goes to? We don't tell that story. Right. It's just about turning something beautiful, ugly, into something beautiful.
Yeah.
But all of us know, and I think this is why investors and real people that are in the real estate space like the show so much, because there's so much more to real estate than that. It's not that. Like, that's a very small, tiny piece to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's actually the part that we are less attached to at all. Like I was saying before, like, okay, countertops, cabinets, it looks good, whatever. But how did we solve the problem for the seller? And
exactly.
100%.
Yeah. So, and it's like, I get it. That's not sexy, right? Like, marketing and acquisitions isn't sexy, but it's like, but it's real, and people need to hear, like, if we're going to tell the story, like, let's tell the story as much as we can, you know? Obviously we're limited by, like, I wish we could show every seller that we buy the houses from. Yeah. Some people don't want to be on TV, right? So we have to like figure out how to tell the story in a way that's still authentic, but the person doesn't want to be on TV. So it's a song and a dance, but it's really like his side, and how do we show more of his side? My side is what I do, right? And people know what I do, but like, no, let's talk what Kamohai does. Like, he's the one. We wouldn't have a business if he's not buying houses.
We're literally getting there. And I think in season 3, which is cool, is we really push the boundary a lot more. To really showcase the whole story. And then I think the other side to it too is we want to show more of our personal lives too, and why Hawaii is so special to us and how much it means to us and our family. And the excursions we go on, and what does make Hawaii special, and not the TV-ified tourist version, but like the authentic Hawaiian cultural roots, families that have been here for generation, and that side of it. So we're getting there.
We're getting there. We're doing it. But TV's hard. Let me tell you, TV's not for the faint of heart. Because I mean, flipping isn't, right? And then you add cameras on top of that. It can be a lot.
Yeah, I can't imagine. At least when you're an entrepreneur, one of the freedoms is like you wake up, you roll over. If you're not feeling it, maybe you decide not to do it. But when there's TV involved, you're like, oh my God, are my bags like taken care of? And like, I don't know if I could handle that. Just a lot.
I mean, it's a lot. Just there's multiple things, and that's why it's. You'll probably see some of Tristyn on the show that you're like, dang, that was a bad day for her.
Well, and how about your
that's
kiddos?
What makes it, that's what makes it real, though. You know what I mean? Like, that's it.
Like your kiddos who are now technically growing up with a camera around all the time. And that's their reality. Like, how are you helping kind of manage that in their experience?
Yeah, I mean, that's something that he and I talk about a lot. For us, the most important thing is that they come first, and it's constantly fighting for that. So if that means, that we have a heart out at a certain time because we both want to be there at Bubba's soccer practice or Yassi's play practice or whatever their activities are, then it's a non-negotiable. Because we're business owners, and if you give a vendor or you give a production or whatever an inch, they're going to take a mile, period. And that doesn't mean that they're doing something wrong, because they're just trying to run their business, but it's up to you to have that boundary. So for us, it's constantly having a boundary, and that can be exhausting, fighting for that constantly. And I think that it's just being open and honest and saying what your non-negotiables are, and like they'll even ask to film at certain places with the kids, and I'm like, nope.
Can't do it.
Nope. Like that's not happening. Or, it's mostly important for me that the kids are comfortable. And right now they don't even care about the show. They could care less. They're like, oh, whatever. I don't care. Mom and dad are on TV. I don't care. Because they just see us as who we are. And I never want to lose that. And I think if we keep doing the show and as they get older, I'm sure that dynamic will shift.
Yeah.
And it's just about respecting what they want and how they feel and having open and honest conversations, but constantly making sure that everybody knows, like, our kids come first.
Yeah.
Period.
I feel like
period.
They're still at the age where they don't quite grasp exactly the depth of what's going on. You know what I mean? That they're actually on national television. And I think that's a scary place to be. And that's where it's our responsibility, right, to be the parents and draw the boundaries, and this is what's going to happen. But I think as they get older, they're going to start to realize it, and then it's going to have to be some really intense conversations with them on what they're comfortable with, and we'll see, But I do think that just take the TV show out of it, it's difficult raising kids. Like for
you don't
me,
say.
Like I grew up so much different than my kids did. You know what I mean? And like, and how they're growing up, and a TV show aside, it's like a balance of how do I teach my kids the hard work and grit while they're living, how they're living, because I'm working really hard and providing all these things, and like, but is it good? Like, am I being a good parent? It's all like really, really, really hard. And I think we're all figuring it out.
Oh, yeah.
I feel you. Yeah. My kids are my son is now 19, and he's still in our house, right? He goes to community college, and I'm like, I don't think I'm ready for you to be an adult yet, because I don't think I'm done yet. Like, there's just so much. But I've decided to give myself some grace, because when you start thinking about your childhood and what things
Mhm.
impacted you, it went way beyond my parents, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm like, okay, I think I'm just gonna score myself on, are my kids kind? Because
Yeah.
that's like really it.
Yeah.
I think there was one thing where you where you say, Tristyn, is like, I just don't want to raise little assholes, right? And
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, great.
That's the goal, man. Like, are they just good humans
Yeah.
overall? But I think you're right. I think as entrepreneurs, like, you got to give yourself grace. And I do think back to my childhood and, you know, what I was going through at my daughter's age. I'm like, okay, I'm doing okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Totally.
doing okay. Like, they're compared to what, my childhood was when I was, Yassi's 9, our son is 7. I'm like, okay, no, I'm involved. I am a present parent. I might be a little strict. I'm the no nonsense, more strict one, I think, but like, I'm here. I'm showing up. I make sure that certain things happen. So I'm like, okay, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, wonderful. So good. And I know we were talking about your Flip Tribe. I failed to ask you, where
Yeah.
should folks like sign up? Are you taking people on beyond Hawaii, or like where
Yeah.
like if
They
somebody
Yeah.
can
lives in
just,
New York?
yep. They
So
can,
that's the raddest part, is that we have students from all over the United States. So we
Okay.
have Florida, New York, all over the Midwest. Like, it's really, really crazy. We even have had students throw Deals in Aloha meetups in
which
their
is
areas,
so cool.
which
So
is
cool.
the coolest thing to see, all
So
spread out everywhere.
where do
But
people go like to maybe think about signing up with you
yeah,
guys?
yeah,
It's the link in our bio. So on Instagram, it's just at Kamohai and Tristyn, and it's the link right in our bio.
yep.
They can
Okay.
also just DM us on IG. That's
All right.
the best way. But yeah, it's the link in our bio.
Let me go there so that folks know where to find you. Because I
Yeah.
know we're getting close to time, and I want to
Yep,
respect
yep.
your time.
That went by so fast.
I
I
know. I feel like
know.
it was just catch up time for us because we don't get to
Well, now
talk
I'm like,
often
here, I
enough.
can also send you the link, Ingrid, too. That might
Yeah.
make it easier. I have so many questions about what you're up to now. So, like, have you bought a ton of businesses? Like,
Well, it really has just started. In November is when I joined a business buyer and somebody focused. Sorry, I'm trying to do two things at once now
I
that
No,
I'm
know,
you're
trying
good.
to
You're
I know,
good.
do.
I get
Yep.
it.
Let's see here. Okay. Here's your Instagram. So it's Kamohai and Tristyn, guys. Make sure you got the spelling there.
Yep.
And then it's
It's
which
the
link?
link, that link tree right there. Try click it. And
Okay.
then right,
Here.
it's
Oh no.
in the
Look.
join the Flip Tribe right there.
Yeah.
Oh, fliptribecommunity.com.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. I think that's what we could have typed up here. Hold on.
Yeah, that would have been easier.
Flip Tribe Community.
.com.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, because I'm sure folks are going to be interested in joining. But I love it. Look, there you guys are. Flip your first home in 6 months. What's up?
What's
Let's
up?
go.
What is up?
This is so good. When is like your next main like meetup? So I have a business reason to go to Hawaii.
I know.
Well, honestly, our next meetup is not even going to be in Hawaii. It's going to be when we're in Utah.
Really?
That's true.
Yeah.
When
That
is that?
true.
We'll be in Utah in March. So
Yeah.
probably second week of March. And so
Oh.
we're wanting to hold a meetup while we're there.
Yeah.
Do you know that Squat Up Summit is in Colorado in March?
I did not.
We're gonna be in Colorado first.
We're gonna,
so
yeah. So
we're actually going to Colorado for a week to ski in Breckenridge and Vail, and then we're going to Utah for a week right afterwards.
Yeah.
So we'll
So
be there beginning of March.
When is Squat Up?
So Squat Up Summit, I believe, is like March 8th through the 11th or something like that. Let me check my calendar right quick. And then I don't know if you guys know Chai from Texas. He's having, okay, so it's March 11th through the 14th or 15th.
Got it.
That's Squad Up in Colorado. And then right after that, Chai is having a skiing getaway with all these sub 2 people, like right after the Squad Up Summit in
Oh, no way.
Colorado.
So
Crazy.
fun. That's
That's
gonna be
so
so
cool.
fun.
But
Yeah.
the reason I was asking Utah, because I know Dustin Seiler, my friend out in Utah, he's having his Creative Nation tour meetup on my
When?
birthday, February
Oh.
6th. So
Nice.
yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
Are
We
you-
go every year skiing, and this year we're like, okay, when we're up there, let's just do like a big try throw a meetup, something. You know what I mean, while we're there.
I would
So
definitely connect with him because he can probably help you because he will have done it in February, and I'm sure he
Yeah.
can figure out something for March.
Okay.
Yeah.
that'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, cool.
I can connect you guys. Well, this has been wonderful. As far as you asked me about me, sorry, because I was like,
I
oh
know.
wait,
I'm
Yeah.
interested in you.
okay. So I joined Manisha's team in late November. So I've only really been in this. I feel like I'm still a beginner. So like when people are like, "Oh, these people are so advanced," I was like, "You don't understand. I'm so brand new to understanding what does it like what can I say and what can I not say because it's technically a fund. And so
Right.
with funds, there's just a lot of regulations of
Yeah.
what you can and cannot say. In fact, he's like, Ingrid, I need you to go to a capital raisers boot camp and it has to be like next week. And I'm like, okay. So I was supposed to go to New York this past Monday, but because of the weather, it got canceled.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So now I'm flying to Dallas tomorrow morning, 5 a.m. I'm getting back from Dallas like around 11:30 tomorrow. And then the following day, we have a webinar golden ticket thing with Pace. So I have to do that webinar at 9 a.m. Friday to talk about creativelisting.com. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that
Yep.
website.
Yep.
And then I do the meetup Friday night.
Crazy.
So like, the
Wow.
next
You
2
have
days
a
are crazy.
busy week, girl.
Yeah. And then I'm like, oh my God, my good friends are coming to my podcast and I really haven't been marketing it. I was like, oh my
It's all
God.
good.
All good. All good.
I get it. When you have so much going on, you're like, yeah, I'm just gonna do the next thing. I'm gonna do the next thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm so excited because there's and I can't specifically talk about any deals, but like we have situations where we could like buy a hotel and make it worth double
Yeah.
in like 3 to 5 years. And we're talking millions of dollars, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's like, how many flips? Sorry, because I know you guys
No,
do
yeah.
flip, but like for me,
Yeah.
and the fact that it's not in my zone of genius space, like how many flips would I have to do to make the portion that I would walk away with make sense? You know,
Makes
and it's like
sense.
I could work on a few deals like this, and that's all I'd have to do versus, you know, the ongoing project. So you just kind of have to find like what's your flavor, what do you enjoy,
Absolutely.
and make sure it fits your lifestyle, like you mentioned.
And
Totally
that's
agree.
why we're like, we're just going to do a couple development deals, throw that into the mix. And then that's where you make bigger margins. And we got to do like 3 of those a year.
That has always been the goal, really, was like, man, because I think about that all the time. It's
All
like
By the way,
your return.
Courtney tells me that all the time too.
Yeah.
All the
He's in
time.
the Big Island, right?
Yeah.
Like, Ingrid, just do development, ground up. And I was like, dude, I don't think you're wrong.
We just did our first development deal this year, actually.
Yeah, we did. And we're closing on one that's going to be a massive
But
one.
I'm talking about like luxury development.
Yeah,
we're
like half acre of land here in
Oahu,
Kailua, actually, in our hometown, like big, a lot of money, but half acre of land, oceanfront, and we're putting in like $1.5 million, and the margin's like 4 million.
You know what
I mean? Like really big numbers that are scary, but I can do one of those and I'll make the same amount of money than I would
on
if I did
20, 30 deals.
20 little ones,
Yeah.
you know, and you just start thinking about opportunity cost and like time. And it's like, dude, I want to do less and make the same or more.
Yeah.
I hear you. I think that's the equation. How do I do less and get more? And I think that's the evolution of getting into whether it's business or real estate.
Yeah.
Like, how do I stack up my portfolio? So then I'm giving somebody responsibility to it's always that. It's like
Yeah.
you not say yes to everything and take out the things you're no longer going to serve you. So yeah.
Totally.
Exactly. I
Cool.
agree.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming on the podcast. I really
Of course.
appreciate you both. I'm so excited for what's to come. I was going to also ask you about your lines of products, because don't you guys have like
Yes.
We do.
Yeah, we
and stuff?
did.
We
Yeah.
have flooring. We
Yeah.
have our laminate line that literally can, I like to say that it's called Mauka to Makai. So that's mountain to ocean. And it can literally go anywhere, but it is always inspired by Hawaii. So
Yeah.
that's available. It's through Shaw Floors.
It's 8 different colorways. So it's really a collection you can come into and you can find whatever color from light to dark that you want. It's a super high quality, good product for a really, really good price. If anyone knows Shaw Floors, they are like top of the top in the flooring world.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's exciting. It's the beginning of that side of building out products. So yeah,
I love that for you.
Yeah,
that's going to
that's
be really
exciting.
cool.
I think it's just again, it falls in line with what we're saying. Like, how do I do less and make more? And it's through royalties and it's through different product lines where you're just involved in the development and the curation of it, but then you don't handle the marketing, you don't handle the actual, you know what I mean? And but that's you'll see a lot of our flooring on season 3. So we put all of our flooring colorways are in each of our flips on season 3. So that'll be fun.
The coolest thing just happened though. One of our investor friends is doing a flip like in an area real close to our house, and we walked in it the other day, and I looked down at the floors. And I was like, holy crap.
That was the coolest feeling ever.
He chose our floors
yeah,
to put in his project.
That's cool.
That was pretty rad.
I was like, oh my gosh, I really like these floors. And I looked at them and I'm like, oh my God, it's our floor.
Yeah. It's super neat. But they are all over the United States too. So you can go to any pro source to find them.
Yep.
And yeah, if you are interested, let us know.
I love it.
The show is oh wait, I'm not allowed to tell you. I'm not allowed to tell you exactly when.
It's coming out soon.
Coming out soon. Yeah, third season. Third season coming soon. 12 episodes.
First quarter 2026. I can't believe we are
first
in
quarter
2026.
So when I say soon, it is soon.
It is soon, yeah.
Yeah.
One of my regrets is not going to your premiere when you guys invited.
Girl, that would have been so much fun. It was so much fun.
I think we're gonna do another one.
Well, I'm just saying, I'll maybe open up my calendar. Just let me know.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice.
Awesome. Well, thank you both so much.
You, Ingrid.
We love you too. I love you.
You gotta tell your husband that I said hi.
Yes.
I miss him as well.
Yes.
I love Brother Man. So
yeah. And he's starting a new adventure too.
Really?
Yeah. So he's doing loans. So DSCR loans.
Sick.
Like your typical traditional loans.
Yep.
Yeah, and he's with the brokerage that allows you to do be an agent and have your lender's license. So yeah,
that's awesome. That's such a good combo.
I gotta talk story with him.
I know. Well, tell him we said hi.
Yeah,
absolutely. All right. Well, go follow Kamohai and Tristyn on Instagram. If you're looking for an awesome mentorship with people who actually do the business, head out to fliptribecommunity.com and catch them on Renovation Aloha on HGTV. So thank you both so much. I love you. And I hope to get to see you in person soon.
I know. Yeah, let's make that
happen. Thank you so much, Ingrid.
Right on.
Bye.
Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.